Good afternoon and welcome to the first edition of the program Inside the Newspaper where they come to you live now Amaze Television on channel 32. Don't forget to you can catch you now with various social media outlets Amaze TV SL. Inside the program today I do with Ibrahim Sarasise, who is a journalist where we can discuss some of the banner headlines we make up different newspapers. Me and Ishmael Gula. We'll go for a short break. When we come back, we'll look into the banner headlines and detailed discussion of the various newspapers that will get inside the program. Welcome back. In case you just joined me, this is my program Inside the Newspaper where they come to you live now Amaze Television on channel 2. Don't forget to say you can catch me now with various social media outlets Amaze TV SL. Inside the program I do with Ibrahim Sarasise, when a journalist will get to come help me for discuss into some of the banner headlines inside the program of some of the newspaper that we will get lined up inside the program. Yes. Good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, viewers, and good afternoon to you.
Okay, we will start with the first newspaper, our newspaper, where the banner headlines say IGR report says government avoid OAU 98 mistakes in hosting ECOWAS 2026 summit. And the other side, we see ECSL showcase AI vision for transparent elections at Global Forum. And at the other side, we see Sierra Leone celebrate Africa Anti-Corruption Day, leads Africa with 99.54% asset declaration collapse. And we see at the other side, we see, and they say internal affairs ministers crack down at lawlessness as Bike Riders Union adopts how a new slogan. With this, so we start with the first banner as IGR report says, government will avoid OAU 98 mistakes post 2000, because we all know the summit preliminary stage before we go into head of states. Firstly, for the report from Nigeria.
Well, to me, we normally people elect for compare that of the OAU and the ECOWAS. Now, two different issues. If you in a comparative analysis, the ECOWAS it has to deal with 15 member states, but basically for within the host and Salon, 12 member states.
Sure.
And that of the OAU, we now then they call AU. You look at them, we get 55 countries who comprises of Dawande. By then, they may get for make what we call the OAU village. They may get for make a lot of things them for interact, for attract people them. Now that we don't get this ECOWAS where they come. If you compare to 1980 to this nowadays, the population trend,
sure,
it was different by then compared to now when the population they increase every day, the economic situations and is very much high at this particular moment. If you look at the ECOWAS summit, yes, it means a lot to the nation per se, but it has its own implication.
Sure.
Now, government also, this expenditure, government is going to spend $86 million. And looking at this $86 million, what will be the impact? That now the issue this will be asked during the press conference.
Sure.
I say, waiting will be the cost and waiting will be the benefit which Sierra Leone they get from that. Yes. It's not about showcasing our culture, tradition, what we have in the country. It's about the waiting you get. In business term or in business, a win-win situation. When you give, you forget. When you not give, you know they get. But now we can't give, we know they receive. Right? For me, I look say, even though IGR reports say government avoid the expenditure of the lapses of the OAU, and that is this. Let me give you today the AU by then, the OAU by then. Now, different fold. It's different. Let's say in West Africa alone, we'll get to Angola to which we look at them. When you be the chair, when you country now and I get the chair of the ECOWAS, ECOWAS take small money now they finance every activities of the country of ECOWAS one are the host ECOWAS. If you watch the money where ECOWAS put is about $15 million. Then they spend $86 million. So I do believe if government look at it this way, and now the building itself where government the host the conference, the building cost $124 million. When a public-private partnership, we salon we get for the pay. One thing where we can fail for realize, and the people can always look at them this way. We they go into business, government, politician upon politician, and they go into debt for the country. But the ordinary citizens who vote them in, or who we vote them in, we know they see the thing that carried in, and they explain to we know what they happen, and let we see how things they unfold. But the summit, Lord, they wait and see how it go, and waiting will be the impact, or waiting will be the effect of it all.
So 50, I mean, out of 15, 12 the whole gets for, head of state we get for me to uplift for the ECOWAS head of state summit. Because as of now, yesterday we see inside, the first discussion with all the
ministers. Ministers.
We call out the preliminary, right? So now, looking at the facts, the expectations of civilians is so great. Because one, with the host, not only the president, but the host, and looking at the facts, you can see from the press sector, they even make mention, from the Minister of Foreign Affairs, at some point, Mauritania will be only out of ECOWAS. So they expect them back, hopefully, within the summit or beyond. And again, looking at Burkina Faso, where they don't move away from ECOWAS, they expect, they forget a referendum. With all this, the president happen for be the chairman of the ECOWAS. You feel, with all the expenditure we say in this, waiting get for me within, get for me with support in terms of finance, and looking at the infrastructure, we sometimes thinking, put emphasis on at the end of the day, their structure. So with all this, you feel with the expenditure we're able to get them back and so on?
Now, if a person says we will able to get the expenditure after the summit, I can say no, we cannot, because recently before the summit for take place, government received a loan from IMF. You know that one day. Then loan then they all about it has to involve in different way around. And waiting me go say you talk about Mauritania, you talk about the Sahel region, the 3 countries now the Sahel. Well, first of all, ECOWAS is being driven by political issues. It's not been driven by developmental activities. It's not been driving, pushing the interests of the citizens. Because if you watch at them, always out there for maintain power and they into power, that's not the discussions around. And, if I can tell you, if ECOWAS really, they look at things them also in West Africa, way for able improved, and also the livelihood of people, and also light in business and other things. But for this, now we get within this ECOWAS conference, this summit we get for happen. You see, we president go to China donate and give support. We get 15 vehicles from China. I think yes, it been in place, but then vehicle and they also maintenance. They get maintenance cost, TL, all now. And if before then, I've been thinking if government for being would discuss and advocate for strengthening the lighting system, right? Now the country go meet the Chinese government say, okay, now we need light. One loan help we, and that now we support we need for Mona instead of the vehicle. And the vehicle is not just for a mere day. It's just a mere day. Today, the leaders in common are in countries and come after the way they don't use and then go back. So what about, are they going to stand where they are? Are they going to use them? So it all depends. And if you talk about the benefit where we did derive, the benefit is that no more we don't head ECOWAS for the name. But to me, and now then they open back the depot where you get for BC ECOWAS and the military base, now ECOWAS na I get for day as alone. And that was the reasons we were the 10 APC government we think for relocate the airport to Mamama so that the airport could be strictly for military base. But in politics, now this country, we get we own flavor at which we look at them. And also this summit where they happen, so also we get for happen, we get for look at them this kind of way. In rebranding Sierra Leone and look at the picture of Sierra Leone this way, we cannot rebrand Sierra Leone out there. We're supposed to rebrand Sierra Leone inside our country. Basically, what I mean by that, how we go able to treat ourselves and how we able to embrace the we self.
Okay, so before we move to ECSL, the showcase the AI vision, President Bio as a chairman, in tenure, the question now is, I mean, with there any possibility for a run for second time? Looking at the facts again, say he is the head of state of in terms of the possible for a run for a second time head of ECOWAS as chairman.
Well, it doesn't mean say when he run for the second term, na get for the inner power onward, because we see what happened with the C10, where Ernest Bakoma was the chair by then. When he left power, Uda can be the chair. Now, President Bio, it's just that no more. Make a look at on this. If you get the intention for run for the second time, and basically, if you listen to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, he categorically clarified, say not to President Bio be pushed. Then, look at him, say, okay, in with the Minister of Planning and Development, when Kenya Bale, when he been pushed. And Kenya Bale, she is the head of all ministers, ECOWAS body, she is the head. Okay, now, for push for the NTND, now a good name for the country in the international platform. And a good thing, but we expect for let them come and educate citizens about how things and their
especially from the community.
Well, I do believe they get an engagement in Apoloko this before this summit they start. They get an engagement in Apoloko, but Apoloko is not enough because we make us say not enough for let them do the engagement. Even though yes, Apoloko this is the host the summit. Apoloko is not enough. Then we'll take another district them and we get community radio stations them with them all for involved. Whatever thing where they happen, let them say the leaders them say, okay, those are the things African leaders, West African leaders are planning. Those are the things we expect them to do. So if you watch, and one thing for this summit where happened in Alunge, where yes, it was very much good. It was very much timely. Beyond how do we call this place? Beyond that new building, we then build for them presidential villa. Back of the presidential villa, houses then be did it.
Sure.
Then demolish then structure then because of security reasons. And the leader of the opposition, when Honorable Abdul he said, yes, it's good to demolish then structures then because we not go want let any other country come now and see na salon this thing happen. He said it's good. But another thing also happened behind this all. When they demolish the structures, them also the people do not receive compensation. You see how the things are happening. If you think about security issues for other people and think also about security issues for the people, sure. Where they now they gone. Yes, so there are compensation lack and but at the CC President Bill on them with ministers them way they push for at the still like say they ever push for second term. The ECOWAS.
So now we look inside the ECSL showcase the AI vision, the election. Of course, before now, this saga the main opposition. So because of this, we see some points they will say, okay, commissioner for the ECSL, more adherents will come down and they will come back and go on board. Parliament, SF, come up, team up to the government. And now, let there be transparent. The AI don't come in. ECSL one for sure. AI vision. You feel say na the right direction this?
Well, before I say na the right direction, let me take you back. You know, things and we need to amend with law for when before we move to the AI for showcase the vision. Now vision, not thing way the now projection.
Yeah.
You project and say, okay, this thing is going to happen, or these things we want it to happen. Now, what happen with ECSL? You know, say they may get an issue for this aggregated results. Now, for display and even when you go now the website, things they do them for display, they are not there. So waiting at they say before you talk about AI, let me go back now with law book and amend certain things then they back. And then we law book them. It's not that and or showcase certain things. They showcase them, but if you know they do one.
But this is not the problem. When it comes to this aggregated, one for this, not to now, not to invalid tenure. Someone will tell you, say, during increase this results not in public. And at some point we see some video we circulate, even this former minister of Social we happen to be Sylvia Blyden, he make this thing openly say it's an act of self-lobbying published and with all this so far instead of doing now, we get somebody the main opposition. But at the end of the day, they are ready. This is serious. When it comes to election, we know the tension we keep. Whosoever already lost, we could say we lost, but the commissioner of the so for them we don't go through all that and make now we don't get more other bylaws they not be laid out for say now this and this and this.
Okay, for when you are talking about moral guarantor, let me take you the last time where you don't follow the tripartite report. Now it's where they follow in our parliament, just like the Truth and Reconciliation report, where the Lome Peace Accord, where we can get the Lome Peace Accord, we then make them as a document in this salon. And it spent 9 days per se in parliament and also for approval. Now that's based on the Lome Peace Accord, the reports always come out, we get a peaceful democratic process. Now we get the tripartite report. The tripartite report here and there, we get the divergence and the divergence issues them. But let's look at it. If not for political gain, if not for the country interest, both parties should allow both parties, because then get the Public Elections Act of 2022. There are things in the way they make them very clear. There are things in the way state very clear say then things there the need for come out under the Public Elections Act of 2022. So now if you can get these and the AI, and also let them go back now with law books and amend those things. By amending those laws for for future references, I think say we will reach there, we will get transparency and credible election at this country. But if we're already doing it internationally, I think we need for let we come back now with the drawing board and see how the position we serve as a country. Because Salon, we don't do in a way around so far, we're good for do certain things publicly. But when it comes to the implementations or whatsoever else, we're not able. If you talk about the main opposition denying Edmond Alpha, there are issues where they self-believe say it did to them.
Okay.
If they are, let us say, they don't go with people in a parliament, they approve them without no comments, no issues, where be say yes. But if trust lack, there will be a problem also. Okay. But if the moral guarantors then don't they, and the moral guarantors then back also, government don't assure them, they don't reassure them. Because they don't assure them first, now they don't reassure them, say these things are going to work. We see side the opposition, then sit down at parliament for the tripartite, the peace commission, and also for discuss with ECSL and parliament. We want back also let them able to put certain things in the way the tripartite recommendation capture for let we able to get a very correct and a very good document for electionary process in this country.
Okay. Moving away, now we look at Sierra Leone celebrates Africa Anti-Corruption Day, leads Africa with 99.54% asset declaration compliance. But we go look at this from a country perspective, yeah. Of course, asset declaration, from where the current commissioner, when Dr. Ben Kaifala, they don't take over the leadership of the anti-corruption. This is one way, they don't put more emphasis on when it comes to asset declaration. But again, one for say, when it comes to asset declaration, they know they do it publicly for the people of this country. Say, Mr. A, now this and this and this are the property of Mr. A. We the public will say yes, Mr. A and the property than this. But with all the things that we did do, some member will tell you say, there are certain people in way the commission are the favor, or certain institutions in the way the commission are the favor, where they can do something we know the good and well, but yet to know the end and the come celebrating then pride there as a nation, but we know we celebrate them. Let me start first from the hometown.
I can say every institution gets a yardstick at which it justify or argue on how they do for this Africa, Africa anti-corruption, asset declaration compliance, where we get 99.54%. Then get the yardstick we then use. Yeah? To me, asset declaration compliance now this country presently, it happen. Even now presently, anti-corruption don't do a publications, they don't put on a do for asset declaration. Now, before person they take position of trust, sometimes you need for come and show which you get. And not to sometimes say it's good because now a position of trust. I can remember from the previous anti-corruption boss then before he came to Francis Ben Kaifala. Waiting we can see, the anti-corruption can chase the small fish, then they let the big fish. Where I mean by that, those who are in authorities will be say, therefore they chase. Now the one the way then they do, then they chase. In compliance on the then things there, therefore set a law say when you not declare your assets, you know the whole public office.
Sure.
Therefore get a law say when you not declare assets, then get this and these things there for happen to you. But even though the issues them, the penalties them we them can put in not can somehow can measured to the waiting the person there for do tomorrow. If I can remember you back, Jack Kai when been declared asset, he been bring come a tussle. If you can recall, where he then get a vehicle, he said this vehicle there, when being get certain vehicle, he said now gifts we then get. So gift from nowhere or whatsoever else, we don't know how the results will end up. We just hear either case they die or whatsoever else. People and they will testify. So that's why if you talk about asset declaration, now people in the eager for position of trust, but they don't want to declare what they have. So you see, I can say the institutions the way they can give me certain things and then get a yardstick at which and they look at corruption perspective and how back they look at the corruption perspective and how we see them.
Okay, plenty. Thank you to Ibrahim Sarasese for that short and brief analysis there as we don't look inside topic banners of different newspapers we make today on the program. Me and Ishmael Gola, we go for a short break. When we come back, we can look inside other newspapers and banner headlines that we make today on this story.
Amazing years, Titeyo's Beauty Parlor has been bringing out the beauty and confidence in every client. Looking for the perfect manicure and pedicure? We have got the touch your hands and feet deserve. Need a gorgeous new hairstyle? Our experienced stylists are ready to transform your look with professional hairdressing and extension fixing at Titeyo's Beauty Parlor. Beauty is more than a service. Whether it's for work, a wedding, a special occasion, or simply because you deserve it, we are here to make you look and feel your absolute best. Visit Titiya's Beauty Parlor today and celebrate 10 years of trusted beauty care. Titiya's Beauty Parlor, 10 years of beauty, style, and confidence. Your beauty is our passion.
Come back in case you just join me. This is the program Midday Newspaper where they come to you live now, Amaze Television on Channel 32. Inside the program, I deal with Ibrahim Sarasi, a journalist who can help me for discuss inside the newspaper, some of the banner headlines. As we don't look at our own newspaper, we then move away now to the Independent Observer's newspaper. We say APC constitutions must be amended. Sarah, another one, of course, the Independent Observers. We don't see the main opposition, a lot of things anyway they try for put together as of now, looking at the fact that they expect the upcoming 2028 election. But before that, they get the lower level election way over the weekend, then we get for try for see how they will cover that side now and forget what that one day for prepare now for the upcoming election. But the constitution of the party will very, very key important. And with this, if they're not able to amend them, it will be a problem for the party as a whole. So take me through when it comes to the amendments.
Well, the APC constitution, looking at it all, the drafters of the constitutions, they are now crying foul. If I can take Honorable Usman Timbo, he was the lead drafter of the APC constitution. We also saw when Honorable Usman Timbo wrote to the PPRC about issues based within the constitution. So it just started like where you did Nado and with where you did Isai are two different things. Where you did Isai, you can feel everything is okay for you. When you did outside now, you did look at the things and say they are not yes, they are not okay for me. So if you look at, there are a lot of things and they wait on the showcase where I think say they all for come back as people them together. Okay, call APC constitution articles them. You get several articles there within that constitution where they need for amend.
Okay.
If the amendment of that constitution, then therefore we don't learn from the previous one, the 1995 APC constitution.
But looking at
make Samuel Akama been stay within that position and been be said and be on the issues. He was a lead negotiator. But by then, looking at the constitution, say when any Southside bookman then did too much, the law always can prevail.
Sure.
Now, the inmate when I check no Majuba, Eyanova the key. Himself, they will expect him back for those shots because on the constitutional issues, yeah, we state say 6 months. If you know win an election, 6 months before you know to flag bearer again. So if you not be flag bearer again, so your office so you get it for lose your office. Yeah? Because when you become flag bearer, now you're the leader of the party.
Sure.
So I think say the constitution as a whole, they get things them way during the lower level elections, where they come in before now when the member for constituency elections, and that constituency election they said that it's been postponed. We see a lot of complaints in come before.
72 hours.
Yes, because Usman Timbo, now the person that they complain, you also see Joseph Almami Petito, Almami Petito Kamara, Koma, sorry, also lay complain also. I get all anything in there. So if them people and other people and factors and then come, so the people actually give 72 hours. Now, for example, then publish first. We waiting can the issue. Then publish first the first names them. Now I want people all in the constituency system. Later on, then publish all the names them back. You know, the party for we don't give a time say, okay, well now we'll get time for extend
the time
frame for who that the one contest. Okay. So those are the issues that we've been coming where people them write to PPRC and PPRC give them 72 hours for let they able do publications of everything.
Okay. We'd expect to see at least some of them things that are now therefore don't come to an end, you know. Looking at the fact they get other plans ahead of them, despite the lower level election, they got that 2-3 preparation they will then get for do. But this election, so in this constitution has something very, very mandatory, and they need for work on time because they don't get much time again, as I say, left. They expect the upcoming convention, and as a party, other things in there around the way they need for do. They just lost the chairman. May soul rest in peace. They don't get another appointed. We serve now as the chairman of the party. But with all that one day, they need for Sidon as a party, put heads together for ensure saying they get a peaceful and smooth upcoming convention. You know, before we move away, what will be your take on that side?
Well, for any political party, when transitional period they reach, there are a lot of challenges, there are a lot of confusion and other things, right? But to me, the political parties, them or to the APC, they don't learn and are learned people and I think say some of them issues there, they don't get the complaint committee, for the IEMC. So then we will see how they will put certain things and they together before they lead to conventions. But the constitution itself, now in the thing we bind everybody together. And I know say Ambassador Usman Fodi Asanena, a man we very versatile and somebody we open up with the current chairman of the All People's Congress. I think say instead for going to the drawing board, call all candidates, explain to them, and now we expect the APC forget meetings among themselves for able to settle some of the issues there. Because with man and tell we say they say you should wash your dirty linen at home. Sure. The problem that we get now, she go settle and not to treat. If you can't treat, it will be a laughing stock. Sure. So those things, let the APC back on the drawing board and see how they go settle.
Okay. Moving away, we see the Calabash newspaper say NCIA assures APC moral guarantors of credible civil and voters registration process. Of course, we see in the tripartite recommendation, we see various areas in the way things in the way that we lay down principles, but other areas again in the way they're not able, sort out because of one or two reasons. And among them, NCRA themselves gets something for do within the tripartite recommendation. But now let's look at them from this perspective. We say NCRA who all know say themselves get a very credible role for play inside the upcoming election, especially when it comes to registration processes. What's your take on this?
The NCIA is a very good institution. I would look at like a DC, it collects data for everybody in this country.
Sure.
And picking to big portion. Now that every year we get people them, we get first-time voters them. And if I can recall, the previous election were happening when they do voters registration, some people were left out due to the system. So I do believe, say, immediately he left 2 weeks or 1 week follow you 18 years, the data for able capture you.
Sure.
But we been see where in NCI been get an issues with some area then did the system they work, some area then did the system they work. So now if they don't assured APC and the moral guarantors them for say them will get a credible registration process, how the credibility therefore sound like credible, there have been question mark on the credible aspect. Because now data then they use, it has to deal with internet. It's not everywhere that we have internet. So how people them who then get for register? If is it that they go for cheat the system or whatsoever else? But let's wait and see how things are happening, because you see, say during the election process where them they do and registration, so inside the machine work for 2 days.
Yeah.
So is it you know, all those things are happening. More especially when you go to the provinces, those are the worst areas.
Of course.
The people in the travel, how many miles for go to registration, where they go, the entire day, they register. And on NCI also get for people know the type people them. Me, I do believe, say, if you employ people in the community, instead of you go take people out of the community, it will more better.
But the provision, again, another key thing we, most times they will cry. One, they will tell you, say, we'll get so many challenges when it comes to the registration processes. Because one will tell you, say, okay, this person, you know, count something will prove, say, yes, it don't there above 18. Or this person, you know, from the look of things, you know, now this. All the things they need for put them together. And you know how it's challenging when it comes to doing this registration within the provinces.
Yeah, but Ishmael, no move, go far. Now make them put A as in chief, pastor, imam, right? Those are the people who go recommend, say, this with Sabian. Okay. They get a form by then. Mm-hmm. Even me, I'm gonna NCIA by then, when the election they go on, the registration, I go them misspell one letter per minute. They say, okay, confirmation form for correction form. Sorry, I go for correct the name. Then give me the form, fill them, but it's not reflected. Okay. It was not reflected towards it. So all those things, and even now people in they say, when they misspell their name for, let them change their name. Then they actually go cow this. But now, you know, say they can't get it for change of name. He said they misspell correction. Okay. It doesn't mean say when correction they take place, pass the person go get that all thing.
The documents for So as we move inside, we final newspaper for today's program. We in the exclusive newspaper. We say, I will be president for all Sierra Leoneans. That's Dr. Ibrahim Bangura. And the other side we see NPRA blacklist 170 fuel stations. Sarah, time on the battery. Let me look inside these 2 minutes. I will be president for all Sierra Leoneans, according to Dr. Ibrahim Bangura, and NPRA don't blacklist 170 fuel stations across the country. Well,
I will start with Dr. Ibrahim Bangura. Nobody knows the way to be president for himself. When you are say for himself, we want to govern a nation, not for everybody. It be APC, it be SLPP, it be PMDC, it be Unity Party, not for everybody. It's just that now the perceptions at which people in the use for campaign, right? Let's go first now the drawing board and see how it will able to become first a flag bearer for like consider for be a president, because we get people we now very good people. Yes, Dr. Ibrahim Bangura, yes, there are a lot of stories I've heard, there are a lot of things that have happened behind, but let we look also. Other candidates then they back also we get it rank like the like of Mohamed Omodu Kamara, the like of Usman Timbo, the like of Mara, Richard Conte, you know, those people we are once contested for the position Dr. Richard Conte, Kelfala Mara, and now you come say to be president, go first now the drawing board, become a flag bearer. When you become a flag bearer, you go talk now for be president for everybody, because you cannot be a president without being a flag bearer. And the 1991 Constitution categorically states that say you for waiting, you party for the political party.
Sure.
So if even if the term go come, just like when they prepare the new constitution, where they say somebody go stand as an independent candidate for president, we will hope that for CC, those who have supported people in this country, they will stand alone.
Okay, now, before we go, NPRA don't blacklist 170 fuel stations across the country.
Well, the story of NPRA for blacklist 175 or so stations them across the country, 170 filling stations them across the country. Okay, I can tell you, Parliament's been called them back, NPRA.
Yeah, I think the media on Parliament.
The media on Parliament, you know, then go to Parliament for.
We'll discuss on this same fair matter.
Yes.
Because a lot of cry they come out.
During the brief, you know, they may get now the parliamentary committee, trade and industry, you know, they may get key things the way then they look at also. But people then just back the open filling stations, you know, get safeguard in rules, safeguard measures where they go able to look into. I can tell you now today, filling stations within Boku, you can ask waiting at the safety measures where they don't put in place. They are not there.
But the question now, why?
Why?
All along the station and they don't do
compliance process are there also. You go open and if you not complied, then they close you. We see now Macaulay Street here, where then they can try for open the filling station. I know you understand about that story with the NPRA. Close. Compliance also can be the problem for the people and when they try to establish the business. And NPRA need also for let able then are the regulatory authorities for filling stations and also and other people with field dealers they need also for able CC then put their house in order and see how things are happening because somebody will come from the sky, can't put filling stations without them.
Sure.
Somebody they come out from any side, but there are also other games that they play. Yeah, and if we can watch at them, those filling stations also where NPRA can say fuel crisis system say open or whatsoever, they self can ignore because the way how the things are happening. Why now they can't close the 170 stations and let's say then stations and in a strategic location so ABC therefore be able to serve the public at immediate need. Now they can't close them.
Yeah.
Now the problem.
How many cry for happen because people need fuel on a daily basis. And the expectation now, you know, when the stations and the way they don't close, when they go reopen.
Well, the people in back way open the fuel station, compliance basis also. The compliance basis now the things stand the back way we get for able to look into. Law will be law abiding. And when we be law abiding, we get the safeguarding rules. We will safeguard we from fire disaster and other things then. Yeah, even though we not get fire disaster yet now them filling stations them, but at least that compliance, safeguarding rules, you know, documentations also, those are the things them way I think the NPRA will close them filling stations.
Okay, as time on the battery, we get a typical message.
Well, to me, I tell all Sierra Leoneans them say, law will continue to be law abiding and remain peaceful. And law will left for to dirty and treat because this rain season, then dirty they are all the to way, now back they return back to it and give back to society. Oh, there is a flooding, now what will they give at the land? What will they to it? Now they cause the problem.
And one thing I observed before we go, I think the flooding done a lesson. In the previous years, we all know how Salon can look like we can go into the rainy season. We get massive flooding, you know, but over the years, last year to now, we experienced lesser flooding and the idea of house the way they collapse last year to now, you know, since after the rain, you know, this year we don't get less cases when it comes to house the way they collapse. Of course, the rain safe as well, you know, massively how it done last year to now. We don't get much rain as of now since we don't start the rainy season. Okay. We don't get that kind of much rain. Though people they cry for the deforestation, cutting down trees, you know, with all the plants to compare to the way they cut down on trees. And at the end of the day, again, this they affect we, you know, on the other side where they get a lot of heat out their way, you know, good for we as a nation. You know, so with all this, one for plenty. Thank you to Ibrahim Sarasisi. We can join me for push the program go before today. And I want to say plenty thank you to the management of Amaze Television, to the man who make una see live now on Facebook page, Joseph Kano and Edward Kamara make una see our mainstream channel 32. Me, na Ishmael Gula. Till we see tomorrow, the same time, same station, I want to say a pleasant day.
In the heart of Sierra Leone's dynamic rhythm, Vocal Commercial Bank is your beat to a brighter financial future. We're not just a bank, but we're your financial partner committed to your success. We've got the financial tools you need to rise higher. Our team is here to serve you with speed and a smile because your time matters to us. So, are you ready to unlock financial prosperity? Highlighting key banking services such as Keke loans, Combo account, fixed deposits, SME loans, internet and corporate banking, from savings that grow your dreams to loans that fuel your ambitions. Demonstrating fast and friendly customer service, showcasing cutting-edge banking technology and ATMs. Access your money anytime, anywhere with our state-of-the-art technology and a network of ATMs. Our Vocal SimCopper app puts banking in your hands, where you can pay for EDSA, AfriMoney, Orange Money, and pay bills including school fees and make transfers to other bank accounts. Remember, you can also experience Vocal e-banking today. Then join us now. Visit any of our branches or explore our website. Vocal Commercial Bank, your bank of choice.